So then I kind of just go into like basic carb counting. So this is again like how they teach diabetics, but I always use this concept and I feel like this works so well to keep you from being insulin resistant, that keeps you kind of on track. And so it just kind of shows you one choice off of this selection is 15 carbs already right there. So a slice
Ooh.
of bread, just one
Uh-huh.
slice, like one toast, that's already 15 grams right there.
And I usually, if you make like a sandwich, then
And
that's
that's
like
30.
almost everything, like, you know?
Yeah.
See, and then I've been
So,
thinking too, sandwiches are a healthier thing to eat, and obviously not.
well, it can be. It just depends on what bread you're
Mhm.
using too. And then also
Yeah.
there's like another sandwich trick that I saw that somebody do, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, but maybe.
Hmm.
I always just get like, is it Dan's or Dave's? Dave's Killer Bread.
Dave's
Anyways,
bread. That stuff.
um,
I know.
so I always get like the good, yeah, I always try to find like a good like wheat or whatnot, but like a multi-grain.
Hmm.
Um, but I've seen like where they do sandwiches where you kind of you go topless. That sounds so risque. You go topless.
I know. Go
So you
topless with your sandwich.
right. So like for you, you could put like your tuna, or I would put like my chickpea tuna, and I just
Or
don't
like
put the top
avocado
on.
toast. You can do
Oh
that,
yeah,
right? Yeah. I want to start
definitely.
trying
And
to do
then
little avocado toast.
right. So I like that too because it kind of makes you like even if you do end up doing that as your carbs and you still end up with two slices of bread, that's totally fine with me. But it depends on how you want to do it and how you want to make it. So, and then again, just showing like the pastas. This is showing 1/3 cup of pasta. They're estimating is 15 grams. Of course, that's going to depend on the pasta. Are you using your protein pasta that's made out of chickpea or not? And then also, that's not counting the sauce. Everybody forgets that,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? How much sugar is in that sauce that you're using?
Yeah, I actually try to measure that because I'm a huge mayonnaise fan and I've got to stop. Like that's it's bad. So I've been trying to do like, you know, I've done pesto recently. Um, Pesto's really good. I don't know if you've tried pestos on your sandwiches or not, but
Pesto
it,
typically is made with pine nuts. So if you have an allergy, you normally don't eat
oh, I
pesto.
didn't know that it was made of pine
Yeah, a lot of
nuts.
people don't know that.
It's
But I was
green.
gonna say a
Yeah.
trivia, well, not trivia question, little moment
A
of
fact.
trivia here.
Hmm.
Jennifer Aniston, when she started to work on Friends, actually I think it might have been right before, her agent told her to cut out the mayo
Hmm.
because she was still a little
Got the
too chunky for
mayo.
them. So he told her
Yeah.
cut out the mayo, and then she lost the weight she needed, and then she ended up getting that role on Friends. I was just watching like a
Nice.
little bio on that. I was like, oh yeah, I love mayo too.
So if I want to
But
be
you know, my
successful in life,
vegan
I need to
mayo,
cut the mayo.
the mayo.
Cut the mayo.
But then, like for starchy vegetables, again, you're looking at like half a cup of peas or maybe half a cup of corn. So that's going to be 15 carbs right there. So like once you start learning what has how many carbs, I think that makes it so much easier to build your plate. So you know, like okay, let's see here. I want a potato, but I'm also wanting, I don't know, some rice with the potato. So I know I'm gonna have 1/3 cup rice and a 3 ounce potato, and then I hit my 30 grams of carb limit. So then that's it. So anything else that I'm adding, I'm trying to make sure that that part doesn't have carbs. So then, you know, that would be like the protein section or whatnot. Um, and then these are typically, they say it's like 5 grams of carbs. I honestly don't
Hmm.
even count the carbs when I'm doing carb counting for these just because it's like only 5 grams. And I'm not going to allow to eat as much beets as
I
I
end up
want.
trying to
But
like load up more on those if I can, and it helps me keep the other things in smaller portions.
I feel like the energy your body uses to digest broccoli is even more energy than the broccoli that you're eating, like caloric wise, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter. Like just throw that on my plate. You're fine.
Hmm.
Well, give me double servings. And then like how do I say this for like the fruit? That's the other thing too. Are you going to have fruit? So you have to take that into consideration. So you might lessen the amount that you're having of something else if you're going to be adding this in, depending on what your carb goal is. So like 4 ounces of a banana is 15 carbs. And I didn't realize that at first. 'Cause I used to always just eat my whole banana. And I didn't realize that could be like the 2 servings right there in one banana.
I didn't realize that either because that's pretty crazy. Because I do my smoothies a lot, like with bananas a lot, and
Yeah.
because they're full of a bunch of sugar too, right? Is that why?
Yeah, well, all fruit is still, but to me, it's like
Yeah,
natural, so I don't even look at it that way. I'm just like,
yeah.
ooh, nummy.
I
But
wouldn't have
yes,
considered
that's
though it
the
being
concept.
15 grams of carbohydrates. It's
Yeah, and that's
crazy.
only 4 ounces. And you're like, bananas are more than that. They're at
I
least eight
know.
ounces practically or
You
more.
get a good
So,
one, then yeah.
right? You're, oh. So normally I will either try to do like half a banana or, I mean, if I'm really hungry, I'll do the whole banana. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it's either blueberries or banana to put into my smoothie mix. And that's kind of the thing too. Say you're doing like oatmeal and you're going to add
Hmm.
one of these to your bowl to make it taste better. Think about how
Hmm.
much blueberries you get, 3/4 cup, and then raisins for 15 carbs. That's only 2 tablespoons. So
Yeah,
you're
that's
not really
crazy.
beefing up your oatmeal there. You're kind of wasting it to me. I mean,
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
raisins are bad. That's not my preference. I would rather
yeah.
get
I'd rather
more
find
from.
something more, yeah, more substantial. That
Yeah, and
makes
like if
sense.
you're gonna
So,
have a snack, you're gonna do what, 2 tablespoons of raisins, or you're gonna do the 3/4 cup of blueberries. I'm gonna go for the three
hmm.
fourth cup blueberries for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, to me, is gonna fill me up more. I don't know that. I mean, but to each their own. It's whatever that they want. And then milk, um, whole milk. There's 15 grams in 1 cup or 8 ounce. And the same thing with skim milk, or if you do chocolate milk, then that's like actually half the cup or 4 ounces would be the 15 carbs. And then like in a fat-free yogurt cup, that's 8 ounces, that's 15 carbs right there.
Yeah, I use yogurt a
So
lot too, so I have to pay attention to that.
yeah, see, and these are things that you don't really think about when you see it.
Hmm.
So you
I'm like, oh,
actually
this is
could
healthy.
do,
Like, yeah.
what is it? Like you could do your 4 ounce banana with your eight
Hmm.
ounce yogurt, and then that puts you at your 30 grams of carbs right there.
Hmm. And I'm adding more than that. So yeah, that's definitely something to think about. Didn't know any of this stuff because that's probably I'm
Well,
like,
no,
oh, I'm eating healthy, but I'm loading it up, and it's
so portion
just
size
still getting too
does matter.
many.
And that's the thing that
Hmm.
people don't realize when you don't know how to portion size it out. You could end up, even though you're eating healthy, you're still either going to gain weight or
Hmm.
maintain your weight. And some people that defeats the purpose for them eating healthy. They're like, well, I would have rather have that fast food
Yeah.
than like I'm not doing it to be healthy. I was doing it to be, lose weight. Okay, well, great.
Yeah.
Then you need to pay attention to this. This is the part that helps you lose that weight. For me, I'm more like I'd rather be healthy, but I also want to enjoy myself too. Um,
Hmm.
but I know also I do need to lose some weight too, just for my joints and everything like that. Being closer to 200 pounds is not good for anybody's joints. I mean, it's not like
Hmm.
I'm muscular and I'm an athlete and that's all muscle. No, let's be honest, that's not true.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on
Yeah.
that.
No, but definitely that's why I was like, let's kind of go over this and it kind of helps people get that understanding of how to build their plates. And then this
No
part
carbs
does
to
not
camp.
apply to vegans because this one is more of like the omnivore protein section. So 3 ounce tilapia, one medium egg, 3 ounce chicken, 3 ounce ground beef, or 3 ounce roast beef. All this is zero carbs. So that's why people do love their like keto diets or their Atkins diets because you can fill up more on this and there's no
Hmm.
carbs. But then that throws your body into ketosis. So if you live in ketosis too long, that's more or less something that is changing your level to be more acidic in your body. So that's
Hmm.
not good for your organs. I've actually seen a person have what is it? Her kidneys started shutting down because she was in ketosis for too long.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of not the greatest. And then that diet is also not recommended for anybody who is diabetic. They do depend on carbohydrates in order to take like their insulin or their diabetic PO medication. So like whether it's the metformin or glipizide, you still need carbs. And to me, if you're actually working out and you're trying to like do weights and build muscle, I'm sorry, anybody that I've ever talked to that did uh just like keto and like very low carbs were always mean and bitchy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that,
Yeah, everybody's like grumpy. Like I feel like they've even said that they're low energy, you know, a lot of the
yeah,
time.
they're mean.
Yeah.
They're grouchy. They're mean.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Yeah,
and
I've known
it's
a couple
funny because she's
people
like,
that went hardcore like that and they were just like not having a good day usually. I'm like, they're
so
losing
she,
weight, but they didn't look like sometimes I'd even see like maybe sunken in here and just not good.
right? It's not nice. Yeah, no, but like I knew this girl and she was like already like super petite anyways. And but she was trying to go switch it to keto because she thought that would be so much better. And at first she was trying to like talk about it, like how amazing it was. And then like I want to say like 3 months later, she was like, "Oh, f that." She's like, "I got off that wagon a long ass time ago." Like, no, she's like, I would go
I
do
did
my
like another
workouts.
day.
Yeah, she's like,
Uh-huh.
and I'd feel like shit. Like it didn't sustain me. So she's like, I had to go back to like a proper diet and do mean my macros how I did to sustain it. And I was like, oh yeah,
Hmm.
well that makes sense. Like I'll note that down. I was like, oh
I'll
yeah, I
remember
don't want
that.
to experience that. So
Hmm.
I'm not saying carb load. I'm saying you still need to limit your carbs, but you still also need them as well. So you can't just eliminate them completely or super ridiculously low. You need to actually figure out how much that you need and try to stay on that for the best results. Um, and then even here, like, okay, so we have little to no carbs in our fats. Again, that's high in calories, but if we're not, if we're going off of just like trying to focus on what has carbs and what doesn't, yeah,
Hmm.
you can use your butter or my plant-based butter. Or you can do your mayo. I can do my
There's my
vegan mayonnaise,
mayonnaise.
right? Like
But I gotta keep it
sitting
to
there
that
eating it off a
teaspoon. Like I
spoon.
ain't
No.
using a teaspoon of mayonnaise. Like
Right? Sometimes you look at these surveys and you're all, what?
what? I
And then
like
like
five
you
of
actually
those.
measure it
Like
out and you're all, man,
it's
was
like
I
the
way
tiniest
off?
little blob. I'm like that does not cover my bread. I can't.
No, it's true. And sometimes you almost like would rather forego it. Like one girl, she's like, I'd rather just not have dry bread. Because I told her, well, instead of mayo, I actually switched over to mustard. Like back in the day when I used to do
I've done that too.
modeling and like I was all super petite
Hmm.
and I didn't use anything but mustard because it was 0 calories.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
funny, like even when I, because I ate meat back then, when I had tuna, I
Hmm.
put mustard in it too
Yeah, because
because
I
I wouldn't
usually
add
do my
calories.
tuna salads sandwiches and there's like mayo and mustard, but more mayo than mustard. And it's like I'm trying to skip it more or tip it more to the mustard side, you know,
Yeah, I
but
just
I
don't know
like
if
my
it was like I
mayo,
was dedicated or insane. I don't know.
right?
I'm like that doesn't even taste good. What?
It's like my vinegar, eh.
No, but that's why I was like,
Uh,
and now I love how they have all these other alternatives, but then you also have to look like what's in them. What are all the ingredients? Is it a lot of fake
mhm.
stuff that's making that taste and making it 0 calorie, or like what? Like
Probably.
is it worth it if you're trying to lose weight, but are you trying to be healthy and do it, or are you just being superficial and doing it? Which case, that's okay too. That's all cool, but
Uh,
that might have an effect on your body later. I don't know, all those chemicals, which I still eat
it's
that
gonna
stuff
have
too.
effect
So
on my brain is this next chart that you have here with these 2-inch diameter cookies and 2-inch
oh
brownie
yeah, people do
squares.
this. I used to do this too. I was insane, crazy, like on
It's like
top
two
of everything.
bites.
I would literally measure things out. I would even measure like cereal out, for example, and I would put it in a snap Ziploc bag. I would have everything. Like I wouldn't leave anything in the box or in the container that it came in. That irritated me.
Hmm.
I would always have to pre-measure, pre-package everything. So I knew exactly what the calorie intake was, how much something weighed to make sure that it was that, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
That's time consuming too. But if you're really on it, you will do it. You will be very strict like that.
Well, I
So
mean, it's a
15
good way to lose
grams.
weight for sure. So, uh,
Yeah, seriously. Like, and then this is just funny to me though. I was like, if you start eating a brownie, who can really stop at a 2 inch by 2 inch brownie? Yeah, that's 15 carbs,
I mean,
right,
that's
girl?
like this big, like, ain't gonna happen.
No, but that's why I love like blessed protein because I can totally make what I want with that and it will taste amazing. So they'll have like their brownie, their chocolate, they'll have what else do they have? They have like a cinnamon crunch, a blueberry cobbler. They have like all different types of flavors. And so I could just make like my own like protein vegan cookies that way or a
Mm-hmm.
protein brownie or something like that. But for regular general people who aren't going to go through all that mess,
Mm-hmm.
this is really good to learn. So two cookies that are 2-inch diameters. Again, who makes such small cookies? Then that's your 15 grams of carbohydrates. Or grape jelly, one tablespoon is 15 grams.
See, I do a lot of peanut butter and jelly in this house, and I didn't realize that 1 tablespoon of grape jelly is going to equal that. So that's
Yeah,
crazy.
no,
Yeah.
it's so insane to me once you start looking at this and you're like, I don't even eat jelly anymore, to be
That's
honest. I
why
was like,
I'm like
that's not even worth it.
basically, I'm like, I'm not super active, but I'm more active, and I think I'm eating better, but I'm kind of staying at the same place. That's probably exactly it.
And a lot of people have that issue. That was one of the reasons why I thought this would be a great thing to kind of go over because you're like,
For
what? I'm
sure.
doing things that I think are healthy, but I'm not getting progress here. I'm not seeing the results that I wanted.
Yeah.
Um, and again, just to go back to it, everything's always like diabetes for me because I'm
Hmm.
like obsessed with diabetic education. This is a diabetic carb counting chart. They have other ones online. And again, this is just kind of like the concept that I use to make sure that you're staying within the range that you should be. So again, per meal, if you're a female, it's 30 to 45, and a male should be 45 to 60. So it kind of helps you figure out and kind of gets you in the habit of how to keep track of that. So then you know, like per day, what you were doing. And I just think that that's kind of helpful. So you can always like Google it and find it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
this
just
would be
like a
really
quick
cool to
little
help keep track. I like that.